Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting, and welcome back to my daughter's kitchen. I'm still playing mum and grandmother, and yeah, it's taken me back, helping looking after a couple of teenagers and a toddler, but it's been awesome fun to be here. So today we're going to make a video, and this is a question that I get asked all the time. So I thought, hey, why don't I just make a video on it, because I myself would like to know the answer. So the question is what type of flour do I use for my bread making? So if you remember a couple of videos back, I showed you how I vacuum seal my flour. I get my bulk flour from Gilmore's. I think it's a 20 kilo sack, and I usually buy probably 2 to 3 a year. So anyway, I grabbed one of these when I was running out the door, and that's a premium grade flour. So it's not a bread flour, it's just, I don't know, it just says premium grade. So that's what I basically use in all my recipes. So I also was at the warehouse, so I grabbed some just plain flour. I think this was about $1.69, I want to say, for 1.5 kilos. And I also grabbed their high grade flour as well. So we're going to make 3 lots of cheesy ham bread rolls, and we're going to use the same recipe but the 3 different flours. And Trix, I brought Trix here. She's just out this door with the new pup that they've got, that my granddaughter got for her 16th birthday. So you may hear them, you may hear toddlers, but it's all good. So yeah, we're going to make cheese and ham bread rolls. I've got a really good bread recipe that I use. I have done some videos, and I will link them at the end of this video and in the description if you want the recipe. But I'm going to halve it, because that recipe does 1 loaf and usually around about 12 bread rolls. So I don't need that much today. Otherwise we've got 3 dozen bread rolls and 3 loaves of bread. All right, so I'm going to bring you down, and I'm going to just show you how I'm going to make this up quickly, and then we will let it proof, and then we will shape them and whatnot. I don't have any of my machines here, so it's all going to be hand kneaded today. Okay, so for half a recipe, I don't have milk powder, so I'm going to use proper milk. So for half a recipe I need 1 cup, and I'm using really hot water, like as hot as it will go in the tap, because the milk's cold. So, and 1/4 cup of milk, and I'm going to add some white sugar and also some yeast. It's a half recipe, so I will do I will write the recipe up as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do that all along all of these. I'll just stir that. Quiet, Trix. Right, of course for melted butter, but I'm just gonna pop this softened butter, about a tablespoon in each warm water, and that should melt it down. It's all starting to, the yeast is all starting to wake up. So that's good. Now I'm just going to get my flour ready. Okay, everything is woken up, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to add the flour. So this is the premium I might just take it out of that bag. So each one of these bowls is like, that's the large, middle size and small size, so I have to remember which is which. So the premium is going to be the large, and we want, I'm going to go with 2.5 cups to start with. I'll use exact measurement. So I'll start with 2.5 cups and half a teaspoon of salt. And then we'll use the high grade flour for the middle size. Hopefully I've got 2.5 cups here. I mean, obviously this is not an exact science because I would have to be absolutely pedantic about my measurements, etc. But it's just out of curiosity, really. If the different flours make any difference whatsoever, and we'll all try them later. And just the plain flour for the last one. Just having a look on here, it says ideal, the high grade is ideal for baking bread, fruit cake and pizza bases. And then this one says all-purpose flour ideal for pikelets, pancakes, scones and biscuits. Interesting. And a teaspoon of salt. Right, I'm just going to clean up and then we'll get to kneading. So now I'm just going to get a wooden spoon, I'm going to stir them all, and then I'm going to knead each one for 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm going to let it rise for around about an hour. Alright, so we'll do that next. Right, this is premium, so I need to use the premium down here. Technically, I suppose I should have the same amount. Alright, that's the premium, and I'll put a cling film over the top and then put it in a warm sunny spot. Now onto the high grade. This one is already wetter. Much wetter. Right, so that's the high grade. So that used probably at least half a cup extra, at least. I'm going to clean this high grade flour up and then we'll move on to the plain flour. Right, plain flour. You can hear the puppies. Well, Trix isn't a puppy, but you can hear them playing outside. My granddaughter got him from what we call the RSPCA over here. So he was a rescued pup and he's an absolutely lovely dog. Okay, so this one is not as wet as the high grade. So that's weird. I wonder why the high grade did that. This is still going to require some extra flour, but we'll have a look. That was about 1/4 of a cup down there. And I'm just going to knead this one. Nowhere near as wet a dough as the high grade. This actually feels a lot tougher than the others as well. That's that one. Right, now to let the 3 doughs rise for an hour. Okay, so I've got some grated cheese ready and some cubed up ham slices, and it's probably been about half an hour, and I think that they've definitely doubled in size, so we'll start doing that. I'm just going to wait for a load of washing so I can hang it out, and then yeah, probably another 5 minutes, and then we will start with the premium grade flour first, because that's the one that's, you know, sat the longest while I kneaded the other one. So I will continue the same rotation of which one I'm doing first. And then I've got 2 different trays. I've got this one with the high edge, this one with no edge, and we're just going to form little balls, and then we're going to place them on the tray and then let them double in size again, which would probably only take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Top with cheese, and then we'll bake. Cheese and ham, and then we'll bake. And then I'll just rotate them through, and then we will pull them apart and give them a taste and have a look and see if there's anything different. So far the only difference, washing machine saying, right, Nana, go hang out a load of washing. The high grade flour was really interesting. So yeah, that was super interesting because you could see how much wetter that dough was compared to the other two, and the plain flour was a lot drier. So interesting experiment. I know it's not exact science. The pups are playing again, but it's just, you know, it's just for sake of trying anyway. At least I can answer the question and say it doesn't matter what flour or whatever. All right, gonna go hang out washing, and then we'll come back to rolling these dough balls. Okay, so here's the premium flour. So I'm going to bring you down and we'll shape these buns. Just put a little bit of flour down the bottom. Move that out of the way. Flour on my hands. So to try and get even buns, I like to put it in a little bit of a log shape and then do roughly half again, half again. Don't want to cut your silicone mat, so be careful of that. And then half again. So round about the same size. Two middle pieces are slightly bigger. So we may just take a little bit off a couple of these bigger pieces, and that one there, and pop them on that smaller bit. Okay, pop your dough around the outside, bring just a tiny bit of flour in. Not too worried if it's too sticky, because I'm a big believer in, so I'm cupping, sort of like going around those. Sorry, my phone's going. The beauty of video. I'm back. So yeah, you sort of shape your hand like a C, and then you just sort of, I don't know, I just sort of do it, and you push it around and then sort of push down on it at the same time. So that's about the size of the ball. So just use a little bit of flour just to dust, and then bring it underneath. So you're pinching like that, and then you are going to just sort of create a ball and a tightness around that area there. Right, so I'm going to continue with these, and we'll do them all, and then let them cover them and let them rest, and I'll come back once they've doubled in size. It's the high grade. Still is a wetter dough. And here's the plain flour. So that high grade flour was still quite sticky, and it still required quite a bit of extra flour. So far to work with, I like the premium, but this plain is actually not quite bad either. It's very supple and nice. Not impressed with the high grade flour at all. Okay. This dough feels tougher though. It's not cutting into it as well. And each batch is getting 8. Slightly bigger, so I'm going to add it to the smaller, this one here. Okay. Now we're going to shape the plain. This is the high grade. I'm going to put them all on the same tray and just have them named, just to save, well, it would be silly to have half a tray. So the right hand side is going to be the high grade, and then the left hand side is the plain. There's too much flour down there, I can't roll. Yeah, that's better. I love these mats because they are so good for clean up. You know, you used to have to scrape the bench. Now all you have to do is just give the mat a rinse off. Okay, so these are the premium ones and one plain. Ideally I would let them rise a bit longer, but I'm on time constraints today. I've got to get out to an appointment, so ideally I would rise these just a bit longer. I'm going to pop them in the oven. We'll look at them after 10 minutes, and then these are these 2 here and these 6 here are the high grade, and then we've got the plain. I probably should have egg washed this, and then the cheese would have stuck on better. Okay, first lot are done. It's exactly 12 minutes. I'm going to put the other lot on. Yum. So this is the plain flour. We're going to let them cool. Ideally you'd want to put them on a cooling rack, but my daughter doesn't have any at the moment. So I'm just going to put them aside and cook the next lot. Right, the next ones are ready. Turn off the oven now. So this one is the high grade, these 8 here, and this one is the plain. So all in all, I don't think they look very much different. If anything, the premium flour, maybe it didn't get quite as long in the rise, so they haven't risen as much. So like I said, it's not an exact science. I'm going to just take these ones off the tray though. Some 2 pieces, so it might be a bit harder. Just going to put my little notes back on underneath so I know which is which. And we're going to let these cool just down a little bit more, and then we will give them a try. Moment of truth. Right, I have the 3 different rolls here. I feel like I didn't do the premium justice because it didn't get as much rise time as the other 2, but that's okay because it's about texture as well. All right, so we're going to give the premium flour a go. Nice. See if it, there. Okay, very soft. Super soft. It's such a versatile, great bread anyway. Bread recipe, I should say. I've been using it for years, and I just love it. It's so great, and I literally kneaded it for like 2 minutes. So premium, lovely. I love the, you know, the pull apart of it. Tastes great. It just, I think because it didn't get as long and rising, I was on time constraints today, so I think if I had, you know, if I wanted to be exact, I could have timed everything, but at the end of the day, this is just, you know, just a roundabout thing. All right, so this is the high grade. This is very fluffy. This feels fluffier. That's good. I prefer the high grade over the premium, and the high grade took more flour, so that's really interesting. It's a softer dough, and here's the plain flour. Also nice fluffy soft dough. Right. Just as good. That's so interesting. Just going to try the premium one last time. This is so interesting. All right, so the verdict. I think the premium, had it had is a little bit longer in a rise time, I think it would have been exactly the same as these other two. But what is interesting to me, I think the high grade is the best. The plain is ever so slight, just so slightly behind. You could barely tell the difference. And the premium is just as good. It just, I think it made a difference with not having an extra 10 minutes. So maybe if I timed it, like I said, it might have made a difference. But what I found out is that you do not have to have bread flour or expensive flour to make bread and bread rolls. There's the verdict. Not highly scientific, I know, so please don't come at me in the comments, but that flour, the plain and the high grade, $1.69 at the warehouse for 1.5 kilos. And that would give you so many loaves of bread for $1.60, $1.70 say. So many loaves of bread. I'm so pleased I did this. The family are going to enjoy all of these buns, I am sure. And thank you for joining me. And I'm not sure what the next video will be. I've got a collab coming up, but that's not until the 13th of September, and it's a soup collab. So we're definitely bringing you a soup. But the next one I might make sides. So we might do some recipes to go with you know, main meals. So we'll do some sides in the next video, so look forward to that one. And if you want to catch the next one, then please make sure that you subscribe, hit that little bell. And I know a lot of people have been saying that they've been unsubscribed by YouTube and they're not getting notifications when I post. So when you hit that little bell, push the all button, and then the bell will turn into a little grey colour, and that means that all of my videos will be, you'll get a notification. So hopefully that helps. But as I said, I've had loads of people contact me to say that I'm just not showing up in their feed. All right, thank you for joining me again, and I really hope to see you on the next one. All right, bye for now. Take care.